live. Hi everybody. Welcome to my kitchen. All my Instagram family and friends. I'm playing this song called Jumbalaya because I decided we were going to visit New Orleans this week. Because I want to make it fast, I already started. So, onions, peppers, sausage, andouille sausage. I've been eating, you guys, I'm the fattest I've ever been. I've been testing recipes and trying to make it my own. If I never have jambalaya again, yeah, so if you haven't done this with me before, one of the things that I came up with is to have people in my kitchen as a virtual Friday night dinner date. Because on Friday, before quarantine, I'd be meeting my friends or I'd have them over for dinner. And so this idea came up where it's like, let's just, on Friday, let's just forget about all the sad stuff that's going on, all the anxiety and fear, and we'll just meet and eat. Okay. I love this song. All right, you've got your andouille sausage. So the fun thing about jambalaya is it was pretty much invented culturally because the Spaniards came to New Orleans and they were missing their country food.
Show us what you're putting in there.
Tomatoes, a little spicy, a little bit of red pepper, a little bit of hot sauce. The food in New Orleans is spicy. The Spaniards came over and they were trying to recreate paella. And just before this COVID happened, I got to do an amazing trip to Spain and Madrid and Barcelona and Mallorca. I've always wanted to go to Mallorca. I finally got there. Anyway, they were missing paella, and so they were trying to recreate it. But saffron was hard to get, which is amazing. It's like buying Coke, because it's really expensive and you buy a small amount. So they couldn't get it. So they adapted, and so they came up with this. And then the influence of the French, I gotta get the andouille sausage. Oh, I put it in. Shrimp! I'm gonna add the shrimp and then the rice, and this is it. So the idea of also this is trying to come up with recipes that are quick, cheap to make. I think we're entering a time in our lives where this would cost the same of a Postmates delivery person. And I really do think that people need to get back in the kitchen. Enough of this like takeout. I was never a big takeout person, but I think we're going to get to a point where we maybe do less. Anyway, New Orleans. So I got to go to the jazz festival with a friend who's a party animal, and he and his wife. I mean, it was so much fun. And if you ever get a chance to go, you have to go. When I say I was walking in like a cloud of smoke, that was before social distancing, and people would just like offer you toke. And I'd be like, no, thanks anyway. Add your rice. I already cooked the rice in advance to make it faster. And each tent has a different form of music. And I found myself gravitating to the gospel tent. And it was like entering a white chapel. And the people and the music, and it was just a really cool experience. So cool that there I was in the gospel tent, but then at night we were partying like insane amounts. And the food is amazing. I don't know if I should share. I got to go to my first strip club, pole dancing. I found it fascinating. I haven't been to one since. And there was this one girl that I was just fascinated by. She had the sickest body, and she was really athletic. And if you've watched J-Lo, she talks about how hard pole dancing is. I'm gonna add a little bit more. And so when she went into the ladies' room, I followed her. I'm becoming my mother. My mother would like talk to people and know their whole life in 15 minutes. I'm becoming her. And I complimented her. I said, you've got the most amazing body, and I can't believe what you were able to do. And I found out, she said, I'm a full-time student, and I enter bodybuilding contests, and I use the money that I make here at night for the entrance fees. So that was my time in New Orleans. And the other thing about New Orleans, which was like incredible, I wake up early. So the next morning I was walking around New Orleans, and the streets are disgusting the next morning. They're hosing down the sidewalks, and I walked to their like famous place. And again, the influences of all the different cultures that landed there. The French, oh my God, sashimo is from New Orleans. All right, filet gumbo, that's another spice. I have a friend who's, I probably added too much. A friend who I work with at my food pantry, and I gave him the recipe, and I gave him, some of the things, and he's like, you know what, it's really good, but you have to add thyme and filet gumbo, salt and pepper. And that's it, you guys, it's done. This dish is easy to make, kind of healthy. Like you can add peas, like paella. You can add chicken. You can add okra. I kept it real simple, and it's yummy. I even, just for the hell of it, and I'm not a baker. I have no flour or sugar in my apartment ever. I decided, right?
Like when we tried to make the pasta.
Yeah, because you're amazing. You're an amazing baker. My friend Kate helps me. I couldn't do this without her. I made my version of buttermilk biscuits, but they're like...
There's butter in those biscuits. They look amazing.
Catch. They might be good, but they look really hard. All right, you guys, that's it. Food for thought. So I always end. Oh wait a minute. I also made a blueberry pie. I never make a pie. I'm gonna make you. Yeah, I'm gonna make a little piece of pie. I made the dough from scratch. Oh, I can't wait. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna have the jambalaya. I'm going right for the pie. I purposely didn't buy ice cream because I was like, you know what, Megan, don't do it. Oh, okay, look at it. It does look good, right? It looks sloppy, but that's homemade, right?
That's homemade, yeah.
That's homemade. Okay. Can you see?
Yeah, not yet, but yes.
Blueberry pie, blueberry crumble, and jambalaya. New Orleans. So I like to end on food for thought. So food for thought this week, and by the way, the bay leaf, take it out, but it adds a lot of flavor. This week I decided I'd talk about forgiveness. And during this time of COVID, I'm hearing friends that are, with spouses and they're fighting, or they're fighting with their kids. So I thought maybe this is a good time to talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is as important as gratefulness. And I don't know if you joined me last week. I was talking about daily rituals and how it's really helpful to do some of the same things every day, and one of them would be gratefulness. And I don't know, I'm just looking, some people are waving. I wonder if any of you sort of incorporated some of the daily rituals, at least gratefulness. So forgiveness, what I learned, is forgiveness is for you. It's not necessarily for the other person, okay? And we all have choices in life. And so you choose. There's power in forgiveness. You choose to forgive someone. And when you do this stuff, I swear you guys, you'll wake up the next day after you've been like stewing over whatever happened, right? Sometimes days, sometimes weeks, sometimes months. When you say, let it go, you actually make room inside you for loving relationships and good thoughts, right? You let it go. You wake up the next day, I promise you, weigh yourself. You'll weigh less because it's almost like Oprah when she lost all that weight and she brought her red wagon out onto the stage and it was filled and she was talking about how she was carrying that around. That's what forgiveness is like. When you let go, you wake up and it's off your shoulders. And I promise you, hopefully you'll remember I shared this with you. And I just want to end with who I think is a cool chick. She's Gabrielle Bernstein. She's sort of like a guru in wellness, and I follow her on Instagram. And I think she says it best, so I'm just going to end with hers. Because sometimes you have to forgive yourself, right? It starts always with you, and it always starts here. She says, forgive yourself for not knowing better at the time. Forgive yourself for giving away your power. Forgive yourself for past behaviors. Forgive yourself for the survival patterns and traits that you picked up while enduring trauma. Forgive yourself for being who you needed to be. So I share that food for thought. I hope you enjoyed our time together. I hope you'll make the jambalaya because it's really kind of good. As you can see, it literally took 15 minutes. The blueberry pie I didn't add on the Instagram, but the jambalaya recipe is there. And I don't think you want my buttermilk biscuit recipe. Although I actually can't wait to try it because I love buttermilk biscuits. All right, thanks for joining me. See you next Friday, maybe. Next Friday I'm going to just do summer. I just feel like I needed to be reminded that it's summer, and we'll do summer tomorrow, next Friday. Bye. Have a nice weekend. Are you sure? And now...